So I said when I set up this channel, I would try and be free from political biases, and it hasn't quite turned out that way, and it's pretty much impossible to be that. I mostly call out the left because, as I see it, that's who are doing the most damage and who have the most influence and power. But I said if I'm going to call out one type of racism, then I have to call all types out when I see it. And if I didn't, it's detestable. Anyone would only call it out when it fits with their agenda, and then otherwise just completely ignore it or push it under the carpet. Now, this instance is another one that I saw with my own eyes, because that's the instances I like to talk about because I've seen with my own eyes. And it was in my local town. There was a Muslim lady, I think she was a student, and she was walking past with a backpack and a folder under her arm. And as she walked past, two white guys of above average build with shaved heads and glazed over eyes, so they'd been drinking, looked at her with a look of disgust and mumbled something under their breath. Couldn't quite catch what it was. But then, as she carried on walking past, they said something a bit louder, a bit clearer, some nasty racial abuse. She just ignored them and carried on walking. And they kind of looked as if they were going to confront her at one point. And that's when I kind of stopped and thought, should I step in here? But they didn't. And she just carried on walking, and that was the end of it. But I just thought it was absolutely disgusting behaviour, intimidating, just some student on a way to university like that. There's just there's no excuse to it. And in a way, it was probably less dangerous because she was a woman, even if more intimidating, because the chances that it was going to turn violent are much less than if it was a man. Because once guys get drunk and they want to fight or beat somebody up, the victim is much more likely to be another man. And that goes for anyone stepping in as well. But yeah, I just wanted to share that instance because I saw that with my own eyes. It was two white guys abusing a young Muslim lady, and I thought I should call it out because it's absolutely disgusting. If I'm going to call it out on one side, I have to call it out on all sides. And I'd like to think that most people would find this disgusting, and that judging and abusing anyone solely for the colour of their skin or religious beliefs is pretty unacceptable. And the fact is, unfortunately, some humans are just nasty and some are just racist. That goes for pretty much every country in the world. And yes, it includes white people from England, but that doesn't necessarily mean the entire country is racist. The fact that most people do find that disgusting and unacceptable behaviour is testament to that truth.